Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video, we are on the edge of the Brecon Beacons. It's a Sunday drive for the week, and I just thought I'd bring you guys along. I've slightly changed the camera angle, so let me know your thoughts. But it's a lovely bit of road down through Crickhowell into Abergavenny, just sort of touching the edges of the Brecon Beacons. You'll see that we've got some stunning scenery around, and yeah, just a lovely place to be. So enjoy. A lot of salt and mud on the road. It's 7 degrees out. It's been down to -1 on this journey, so the weather can't decide what it wants to do at all. But as you can see, the windscreen keeps getting filthy. It's a lovely old Range Rover. So yeah, forgive me for me constantly cleaning my windscreen. It's not getting very much flow out of the seconds or the right driver's side windscreen washer, so it's leaving a bit of a mark here, which fortunately isn't impacting what I can see, which is good, but it's a bit annoying. But yeah, it's quite warm here actually compared to at home, which was -1. It was less than an hour ago I left there. But yeah, no, I'm off into Abergavenny today. Got to do some scouting for some filming that I'll be doing next week. So just doing sort of a dry run, finding filming spots, etc. So I've got to go down to Abergavenny and then drive the route we're going to be taking back up. So it's nice, yeah. It's a lovely road, isn't it? I don't think many people disagree that these roads are gorgeous around here, and this landscape, everything like that. I'm certainly very lucky to be able to live so close to all this. This being less than an hour from where I live. But yeah, we'll push on now down into Crickhowell and Abergavenny. The S80 is a quite busy week. We've ticked over 108,000 miles, 108,069 to be precise. So it's done a fair bit of mileage this week. Just been busy, even though I'm working from home. It always gives you more time to do more stuff, if that makes sense. Those two hours or so that you're commuting, you suddenly are doing DIY jobs, etc. So you're having to drive all over the place to go and get stuff. or you're driving to see people, I think you sort of miss that socialness that comes from going to work. So you find yourself going out and meeting friends a lot more, and it's nice. And as a result, you do far more miles in the car. So yeah, we've done a few hundred this week. Also, we had the dip beam failure, which was nice and easy to fix. And one of the reasons that as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the halogen lights over the LED and xenon, because I wouldn't be able to just go to a garage and pick up 2 bulbs for £8 and have both headlight bulbs replaced within 10 minutes. It's yeah, a really, really nice, easy little job, as you guys will have seen. And obviously last week we did the oil. The cars settled into the oil really nicely actually. This is a slight increase in MPG. I think that's been somewhat flattened by the cold weather we've been having. It's been every morning freezing. I think it was -6 last night, which is not that cold in the grand scheme of things. I know some of you guys are watching from Finland and Sweden and places like that, so yeah, probably a little bit more. That's probably warm for a lot of you guys at the moment. But yeah, no, it's there's nothing else to say, is there? This car's just very good at being a car. That's all it needs to do, and it does it very well. You can't really ask for much more. So just coming into the edge of Brecon, and you'll notice there's an old AA box just across the road, which is quite nice to see. It's the day where you could go in there and get a direct line to the AA if you needed roadside assistance. A bit like a police box or a phone box, just there. Look, not very many of those left around today. They're always on like junctions and crossroads or in busy places where people can get to, and like a landmark almost. Now on roads like this, I like to set the cruise control to 56, so you're just under the speed limits. There's no risk of getting caught speeding, but it's a nice enough pace that it keeps you going. And also, in 6th gear, you'll get a steady 50 plus to the gallon on flat roads. So it seems to be a speed that the car likes. And I find the suspension is sort of settled at that speed. Just the most comfortable speed, I find. Seems to be anyway. So yeah, we're coming into Brecon now. This isn't somewhere that I spend too much time, so it's quite nice to come and see it in different places, or see different places in Wales. It's flying. The one thing about the roads in Wales, they are all fantastic, but you do find there's a lot of roadworks, and that's part of the reason why they're fantastic. As the roadworks can be there for a while because of resurfacing whole chunks of road, which means you get lovely road surface like this, but it does make it sometimes it slows your journey down, which is always the most fun. Bearing in mind they're quite slow, windy roads anyway. Trying to leave as much gap as I can for the car in front, so I don't pick up all the salt and dirt on my windscreen, because this car will hold well over 5 litres of water in the wash bottle, but you never know when it's going to run out, do you? There's not sort of a gauge on it, so I mean, I filled it up a couple of months ago. chap certainly isn't in a rush. Doing 20 miles an hour. It's not a 20 zone, that's the 20 zone there. It's the middle of the Krakow. Doesn't look like there's much going on. We used to go, when I was a kid, we used to go to that web shop. It was a big kitchen shop my parents used to go. Because we had a Subaru from a dealership that we would go down the road. Whenever that was in for service or anything like that, we'd always go to Webb's. So make our way out of Krakow into Abergavenny. It's lovely seeing these sort of towns and villages set amongst such a lovely background. You've got, again, Brecon Beacons are over that way. You can just see them there. Look. And it's just everywhere you look, even sort of Landry and Wales and things, it's all set nestled in lovely countryside. There you go, you can just see the smoothness of the road here. It's fantastic. So the Subaru that my parents owned, they bought it from the garage I'll point out to you, it's just down here, and it was a 2007 Subaru Outback. It's my favourite car they ever owned as a kid. It was a pre-registered 2007 new one, and it was a very rare car at the time. Actually, I remember it had it was a manual, it had the 2.5 litre boxer engine. It felt really fast as a kid. I remember it being really fast. By today's standard, it probably wasn't that fast, but it at the time I thought it was the fastest car in the world. I was well into my rallying. We used to go and see Petter Solberg rallying Subaru Imprezas, so the fact that we had a Subaru was awesome. And my parents actually traded a 1 Series BMW for that. And we had that car for 6 years. I think it was the longest we ever had a car when I was a kid. And it was black, it had full leather interior, it had a panoramic sunroof which retracted as well, so it was a cool car. And obviously you had then the low and high ratio gearbox and all the 4-wheel drive gubbins that went with it, and it was full of dogs and kids. And I remember they had the frameless windows as well, which is a nice little touch. And then yeah, when we used to bring it to be serviced, my dad developed quite a good relationship with the guys at the service department, just because they're all into the same sort of rallying, etc. And I used to turn up in my Subaru WRC hats. Then I think it was just along here actually, in the garage. We were given a Subaru Impreza WRX STI every time as the courtesy car. So obviously, first thing we did was go off into the Brecon Beacons and start hooning around. So yeah, fond memories of this place. Charging around in I've got a picture of it. My brother and I and my dad stood outside this. It was a Pro Drive edition as well, so it was a very, very fast car. I just remember that, which is great fun. It was, yeah, Keith Price Subaru, which I think they've got the Volvo dealership in Abergavenny, but they've also got a Peugeot dealership. Here it is, just here on the left-hand side. I remember crossing the road and going into that compound to look at the car before we bought it. There's the Subaru and Peugeot dealership. Bring back some memories. So yeah, it was a lovely car. And after that, they then sold that and bought a Mini because the Subaru was doing about 22 to the gallon. And my Mum wanted something that was a bit more economical. Dad obviously had a couple of cars. I can't remember what he had at that time, but yeah, we got a Mini. It's a 2012 limited edition Mini that had all stuff from the 2012 Olympics. She had that for a year, and the cruise control malfunctioned on it and got stuck. Well, it wouldn't slow down at all, so you had to put your foot on the brake. Then the brakes would get too hot, and then it would keep going. So, safe to say, we sold it after that, and basically gave it back to the dealership. So we don't want that. But she had another 1 Series BMW, which was in Valencia Orange, which is a nice car as well. And ever since that, she's had BMWs. There's a fair bit of military traffic here as well, because there's a camp we've just been past. So they do a lot of training in the Beacons as well, and sort of the Welsh-English borders, and the Random Valley, etc. But I'll probably end this video here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Okay, that's a brave overtake. What an idiot. And yes, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.